How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing you some absolute bangers that are all on sale on the PlayStation Store for the first wave of the summer sale that runs until July 30th. As usual, I've scoured this sale for all the full games, game bundles, and premium editions that are at the lowest price they've been in recent history and are at least a 75 on Metacritic. So if that sounds like the kind of video you want to see, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my coverage of any new sales that Sony puts out. I'm working my way towards 5,000 subscribers, so every bit helps. Alright, that's enough yapping from me, let's get into the video. Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection, is $9.99 and brings together the first three Uncharted games, Drake's Fortune, Among Thieves, and Drake's Deception, all remastered with better visuals, improved performance, and some welcome quality of life tweaks. These games are an absolute staple of the PlayStation ecosystem, offering some of the best action-adventure experiences in gaming with cinematic storytelling, excellent pacing, and rock-solid gunplay and traversal. The trilogy is packed with memorable set pieces, colorful characters, and a sense of globe-trotting adventure that helped redefine the genre back in the PS3 era. If you somehow missed these or just want to relive them in the best way possible, this is the perfect excuse to jump back in. It's a 92 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and around 45 hours total to get all three platinums. Zero Escape, the Nonary games, is just $5.99 and gives you two of the best visual novels ever made, 999 and Virtue's Last Reward, bundled together with modern upgrades like voice acting and a much-needed flowchart system. The premise blends death game thriller with sci-fi mystery as you work through escape room-style puzzles and story decisions that branch and eventually loop back in wild ways. It's all about uncovering the truth behind a kidnapping, a strange facility, and a lot of seemingly impossible outcomes. The twists are absolutely insane, and it's one of those rare experiences that'll stick with you long after you finish. It's an 87 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and around 20 hours to platinum. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard is down to $7.99 and marked a total reinvention for the franchise, shifting to a first-person perspective and introducing a terrifying new location in the form of the Baker family estate. The pacing is masterful, with slow, atmospheric exploration giving way to frantic moments of combat and escape. The game balances horror and action with just the right tension, and it's all anchored by strong level design and a deeply creepy narrative that slowly unfolds as you uncover the truth behind the infection and your own character's connection to it. It's a fantastic entry point for newcomers and a bold pivot that revitalized the entire series. It's an 86 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and around 25 hours to platinum. Ender Lilies, Quietus of the Nights is $9.99 and is one of the most beautiful and emotional Metroidvanias in recent memory, combining tight 2D combat with a hauntingly gorgeous art style and a somber, piano-heavy soundtrack. You play as a young girl named Lily who awakens in a ruined world plagued by cursed undead, and as you purify spirits and gain their powers, the game's combat becomes more varied and strategic. There's a satisfying blend of platforming, map exploration, and challenging boss fights, and the lore is delivered in fragments that slowly build a compelling world. It's an 86 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and around 25 hours to platinum. Risk of Rain 2 is just $6.24 and takes the fast-paced roguelike formula and turns it into a 3D co-op shooter where you battle through alien planets, stack ridiculous item combos, and try to survive as long as possible. It's a chaotic, endlessly replayable experience with a wide variety of characters that all feel distinct in how they move and fight. The difficulty scales the longer you survive, so runs can get wild fast, especially with friends in multiplayer. There's also a solid amount of unlockables, alternate paths, and hidden bosses to chase, giving the game a ton of replay value. It's an 85 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and around 15 hours to platinum. Inscryption is down to $7.99, and this one's hard to describe without spoiling anything. It starts as a creepy deck builder with roguelike mechanics and slowly morphs into something much stranger, with multiple layers of narrative and mechanical twists. The card game itself is satisfying and tactical, with unique creatures and abilities that create interesting choices every turn. But what really makes Inscryption stand out is the way it evolves, pulling back layer after layer to reveal a much larger mystery. It's weird, it's dark, and it's brilliant in how it plays with your expectations. It's an 85 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. AI The Somnium Files Nirvana initiative is $9.99 and continues the surreal crime thriller of the original, this time with dual protagonists and a new case that gets increasingly bizarre. The game switches between real-world investigations and dreamlike sequences where logic bends and puzzles get more abstract. What really sells it, though, is the mix of serious drama and unhinged humor, combined with some of the most genuinely surprising story twists in the genre. It also has quality of life improvements over the first game, making it a smoother experience all around. It's an 85 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. Deep Rock Galactic is down to $9.89 and is an absolute blast in co-op. You play as space dwarves mining alien caves, fighting off waves of bugs, and trying to survive long enough to extract your loot. The destructible environments and class-based gameplay lead to tons of cool emergent moments, and the mission variety stays fresh with different biomes, objectives, and hazards. It's especially fun with friends, but even solo, there's a ton to unlock and upgrade as you level up your dwarves. Just be warned, some of the trophies are extremely grindy. It's an 85 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and around 300 hours to platinum. The Forgotten City is just $7.49 and started life as a Skyrim mod before becoming its own fully fledged narrative mystery game set in a cursed Roman city. You're trapped in a time loop, investigating the townspeople and trying to figure out who's going to break the quote-unquote golden rule, a divine law that turns everyone to gold if anyone sins. It's a brilliant setup that encourages exploration, deduction, and multiple solutions, with dialogue that actually reacts meaningfully to your actions across loops. The writing is excellent, and it handles philosophy and ethics in a way that's thought-provoking but still approachable. It's an 85 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and around 15 hours to platinum. 428 Shibuya Scramble is also $7.49 and is one of the most unique visual novels out there. It uses live-action photography and real actors instead of traditional anime-style artwork, and the story branches between 5 different characters whose lives intersect during a single day in Tokyo. It's got thriller elements, comedy, and even a bit of sci-fi, and the way your choices affect other storylines in real time is incredibly clever. Despite its unconventional presentation, the pacing is tight and the localization is excellent. If you want something different in the visual novel space, this is a must-play. It's an 85 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. South Park: The Stick of Truth is $7.49 and nails the look and feel of the show perfectly. You play as the new kid in town who gets wrapped up in a massive fantasy LARP with all the familiar characters. The turn-based combat is surprisingly solid and gets better as you unlock abilities and recruit party members, but it's the writing and fan service that really carry the game. It's packed with jokes, side quests, and references, and if you're a fan of the show's irreverent tone, it's basically a playable episode. Just a heads up though, the humor is definitely not for everyone. It's an 85 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. Far Cry 4 is down to $5.99, and if you've played any of the other Far Cry titles, this is basically just more of that. A big open-world shooter with tons of outposts to clear, weapons to collect, and chaos to unleash. The setting in the Himalayas is visually stunning, and the game adds things like helicopters and elephants to ride, which definitely makes for some memorable moments. The story is fine, but really it's about the sandbox mayhem. If you enjoy explosive gameplay and checking off map icons, this will scratch that itch. It's an 85 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. Alright, that's a wrap for today's video, everybody. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. Alright, that'll do it for me though, everybody. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you want to see more sale videos just like this one. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.